No one can explain it.
There's a lot of problems and there's been a lot of people lost.
Where things disappear and creepy things happen.
There are ships and aeroplanes that go missing.
I believe it's a pretty scary place that people try to avoid.
I've always found the idea of the Bermuda Triangle fascinating, I must admit, especially when you hear of all the planes that have gone down and ships that have disappeared.
Started 5th of December 1945, when a small group of aircraft mysteriously disappeared within the area, Flight 19 towards the Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle is covered between the areas of Miami, the island of Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, extending out to a large area of 1,500,000 square miles. Scientists predict that the Earth is to act as a giant magnet, leaving from the Earth and extends to a point that is known as the solar wind, a stream of charged particles emanating from the Sun. It then creates forced energy from the Earth's two poles. People always have their reasons why things happen. One theory that is often talked about by scientists is the magnetic pole theory. This may be linked to errors involving our high-tech aircraft and ships on the Earth to be stronger in its own force.
I mean, there's many things in this world that happen.
Because of the magnetic forces or because it's near the equator and there's all tropical activity there.
There's stories, legends of, planes flying over and disappearing and
missing. And just up there, peculiar to that area, it messes up the compasses and the controls of the planes. Well, that's affected the sailing ships that didn't have them.
I'd like to go to Bahamas or Bermuda, but maybe not to the Triangle.
Another theory that is usually discussed is the gas hydrate theory. Although compass errors or incorrect readings may be one thing, an international organisation have found another. In 1945, it was told by an international organisation by the name of the Ocean Drilling Program to have discovered something. They had begun to investigate the seafloor within the area of the triangle and on the coast of Miami and the island of Bermuda in search for methane gas under the ocean or under rocks. They had found evidence of a large quantity of methane. Gas hydrates are naturally occurring crystalline ice-like substances composed of gas molecules in gas, which are held in a cage-like structure. The methane is locked away inside the ice. In studies show that this occurs when the mixture is squeezed at very high temperature underneath the seabed. When it's released or the temperature rises, the methane can also be released. Scientists also believe it can be found within the very beneath of the Bermuda Triangle. Dating back to 1492, Christopher Columbus sailed over the area of the triangle. He reported strange lights in the sky and strange noises. He stated in his logbook his very evidence. His crew also suffered navigational difficulties. Pilots on planes or crews on ships have recorded strange weather or ocean sightings over the Bermuda Triangle. A ghost ship ran straight towards them, deserted, with no one on board, only the sound of creaks of the timber. The same had happened, but in December 1970, when Bruce Gernon prepared his small plane for takeoff. He was taking 2 passengers on a sightseeing flight around the Bahamas, but what started off as a pleasure trip rapidly descended into a nightmare. As he left the runway, Gernon noticed a weird-looking cloud straight in front of him. He climbed steeply to avoid it, but it was keeping up with him, rising higher and higher until it completely surrounded the plane. The plane was surrounded by a greyish haze. All of Gernon's navigational instruments had failed and his compass was spinning gently even though the plane was flying straight. But no one could locate him. The plane seemed to be lost inside the electronic fog. Gernon continued flying blind for 3 long minutes until a voice crackled over his radio. "We've located your plane over Miami Beach, Florida." Gernon checked his watch. It was incredible. He had been flying for less than 40 minutes, and yet he had covered a distance that usually took him an hour and a half. He managed to travel through some kind of warp. Planes and ships are usually always affected when it comes to the Bermuda Triangle. Is it due to our technology these days, or was it we didn't have enough technology back then?
Long told mystery.
It probably exists, and it's probably geological or physical factors that cause it to affect planes and the navigation and ships as well.
Look at that what was it, the M17 that went down? Malaysian Airlines last year? They've never found it.
Most losses at sea and in the air are not in the slightest bit mysterious, and that includes losses in the Bermuda Triangle. They are caused by mechanical failure, bad weather, human error, or a combination of all the 3. The Bermuda Triangle is unusually known to the world as a disappearing death yard for aircraft and ships. Located in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of Miami, I have found that the many theories people assume of it link up to either a physical or mental way towards our belief of the Earth. Whether it truly does or exists and government approve, or it's all a mistaken assumption, I don't believe no one's wrong about the Bermuda Triangle, but I do believe that very theories is what makes up the whole of this belief. Like I said before, planes and ships don't just go down because of a mysterious being. They can also go down because of other errors too. But the government may not approve of this, but it is a place.
The Bermuda Triangle exists. Whether it's not a scientific thing, it's just a feeling.
And there's nothing you can do about it.